Hey everyone, I'm Zach Beach. Welcome to another Deal Structure Sunday. We're about to dive into a deal which I call 197WH. If you're enjoying these Deal Structure Sundays, please go ahead and subscribe as we bring you one each and every Sunday. Also, if you have any questions, please go ahead and comment below or share this if you're getting value out of this and you know anyone that would receive value as well. So let's dive on into this. This actually came from, this is a source, this is of the source, it's an expired, and we purchased it on a lease purchase. This is actually our second tenant buyer, so I'll kind of go into that in a brief second as well. As you can see, when you start doing a bunch of deals out there, you are going to have some people that do default. So it's great that you learn how to pivot and realize that there's actually some additional profits in there if you're not able to get that first tenant buyer to the finish line. Let me walk you through kind of how this happened. So we purchased the property, it's about 36 months ago, or roughly, let's say 30 months ago. Let's use 30 months. What we needed to do, because this tenant buyer defaulted towards the end of their lease purchase agreement, we had to call the seller back and ask for an extension. It's a very common practice. What we then did was the seller granted us an extension, so then we were able to, instead of sell the property traditionally, which was the route we were about to go if we didn't get an extension, realize there wasn't a ton of profit in the deal if we didn't get an extension. So we called the seller, we were able to chat with the seller, renegotiate, and get an extension, which allowed us to now have a comfortable term which we could put another tenant buyer in the property. So this being the second tenant buyer, the first tenant buyer, we roughly collected about $6,000 to $8,000 just to kind of get your head going. We collected about $6,000 to $8,000. We did obviously benefit from principal paydown. The principal paydown roughly of the first tenant buyer was somewhere around 10 grand. There was some time in there when the property was vacant, so it does eat at the profit that you originally got. So I just want to let you know this. It's not always rosy, right? But I'll show you the total profits here, and the fact that we have a great relationship with the seller, we're able to pivot, and now we're able to place this tenant buyer in the property now, which we truly believe is going to get to the finish line. We did the first one as well, but you know, life happens, so you can't predict it all. Okay, so let's dive on in to this deal. We originally purchased this property for $205. At a monthly of $14.18 on a 36-month term. We have now extended that by 24 months. We sold the property for $229 on a 24-month lease for $19.98. Payday number one, we're collecting $25,000 down. We're getting roughly 10 grand up front. As we do a lot of these deals, they are going, the whole pay number one is going to be accumulated over the lease period. The spread that we're receiving each month is roughly $580. So we're going to times that by 24 months. Giving us a total of $13,920 for payday number two. Payday number three. You got $300 roughly principal payments, times that 24 months. It's going to give you $7,200. Plus there's additional, actually in this deal there is an additional premium. So let me kind of walk you through this and what we did. So usually, or I'd say in most deals, there is additional premium left over on the back end. And what I mean by that is you agree upon a price with the seller, you sell it to the buyer at a premium. But we're collecting all of our premium up front or over payday number one. So let me show you what happened here. So you got 229. Going to subtract the 205. Which is going to give you negative 1,000 after. Can give you negative 1,000 after you subtract the 25,000. How do I arrive at that again? So we took the 229, subtracted the 205, of which we purchased the property for, minus the 25,000 that we received. It's going to give you a negative $1,000 on the back end. So your total payday number 3 is going to be $6,200. Okay, so let's take a look at the totals here. What we're going to do for a total, you got $25,000. You're going to add the spread each month, so the $13,920. Then you're going to add the $6,200, giving you a total of $45,120. Pretty straightforward deal here. But I did want to let you know that, of course, this happens when you pivot. You're able to create some additional profit. Let's just say that we're even able to collect some additional profit from the first buyer, which was roughly, say, $6,000 to $10,000 in that range if you include principal pay down. So your total profit on this next buyer number 2, is $45,000, but total profit on the deal is somewhere between $55,000 and $60,000. So again, you can, when you pivot, you deal with some defaults. There's still plenty of profit involved. All you have to do is just make sure you have the right steps in place in order to make this deal successful in the long run. So again, if you're enjoying these Deal Structure Sundays, or you have any questions, go ahead, comment below. Love to answer those for you. That way you're on the same track with me and you're able to go out there and get deals done as well.